With the toy design project, we had a couple criteria that we had to meet. The first was that the toy should be designed for kids between the ages 5 and 12. And the second was that the toy should also be designed to cater to either a disability or have a specific learning objective tied with it. A couple restraints on that is that the toy had to fit inside of a 4-foot cube. Also had to be engaging for a appropriate amount of time, which, you don't want the kids getting bored. And that with any toy, the design should really be considered along with the safety measures that are tied with it. While doing our research, we really wanted to see how the kids learned and what types of skills were developed while they were learning. We found that between the ages 3 and 11, the motor and perceptual skills were really being developed. But we also saw that by age 5, the children have fully developed their motor skills, they just needed to be fine-tuned. With learning, we saw that there were 2 types of factors that affect that. There are outer factors and inner factors. Outer factors are factors like textbooks that you would see more in a school setting, but inner factors are environmental factors that you develop through trial and error for each child. There are 2 schools of learning that we also researched. The first one is concrete operational, and that's generally targeted for children between the ages 7 and 11. That's where they become aware of their surroundings and really start to develop their perceptual skills. The other was formal operational, and that's after the age of 11 and onward. That's where the children work on developing their problem solving and critical thinking skills, and that would translate into new strategies on how to play the game.
We began our project by coming up with ideas that we thought would fit the criteria of our project requirements. We first came up with the idea of the electric claw game. We thought this would be perfect, but we found it was too complex and would most likely exceed our budget. Then we came up with the idea of the submarine pool toy, but we found it had too many electric parts and would be dangerous to have and use around water. And that's too short. With so many failed designs, we decided to restart our design process. We asked the simple question, what do kids like to play with? And the simple answer was something that is fun. We decided to take time to ourselves to think of ideas that fit this. Then we came together, threw out all the bad ideas, and picked the perfect idea. After this, we planned what the final design would be, and we then began to create our project.
Throughout our semester-long project, we ran across a couple of issues, mainly design and material issues. For design issues, we tried to come up with an idea for our toy before researching, and for material issues, we had to find balls that could potentially bounce on multiple surfaces because we wanted our toy or game to be ultimately played anywhere. Also, we had a problem with the netting of our hoop. See, we had a tough time finding a material that would minimize the weight of our toy while maximizing the strength capabilities. Furthermore, we had safety issues when designing our toy due to sharp corners and edges. The base had very sharp corners, and every time we cut the PVC pipes, some of the cuts would be exposed to the children when assembling the actual toy. So we had to sand down the edges and cuts on the PVC pipes enough to prevent cutting the children when playing the game and assembling the toy.
So this is our budget breakdown, and we have a table to show all our parts. Most of our parts were gathered from Home Depot. We decided to get 2 quantities of 10 feet PVC pipes because we felt that was the correct amount to finish up our project. We also have a variety of connectors we got to connect our 2 hula hoops together that we got from Dollar General, and our total cost ended up being around $20. So in conclusion, the design was tested by children, but before we did that, we allowed ourselves to test it too, and we were pleased by its functionality. We found that features such as the foldable posts, which were not originally designed by us, helped to bring the application of it to reality. So if we were to go back and redo this project, we've decided that we would use stronger netting because our top netting during our Fed day started to break. And also we would have a more secure top hoop because it seemed to be a little wobbly. And that was also caused by our base not being heavy enough. So in future iterations, we would also have more safety awareness. And this is our extensive list of references.
Overall, the group had a really positive experience with the project. We were able to bring together 4 people with 4 completely different backgrounds and utilize the strengths from each person. We came in second in the Fed Day, so that's also a plus because winning can always be fun. Overall, the group learned a lot from various activities such as the construction phase, where we had to test products through the PVC as well as different types of wood and adhesives. We were really pleased with how the final product came out, and more importantly, that everyone at Design Day was having fun with it. At the school, even though they lost the instructions, the kids still had fun, and to us that was a really important part of designing this project. The group as a whole, next time we did a project similar to this, we would probably do more research, or at least start with the research, because that was one of the major setbacks we had at the beginning of the project. But after that, it came together really well and went pretty smoothly. Thank you for all the tips, such as the website as well as the project poster design, because that really helped during the presentation day.